Right guys, on my way to Richmond to see a good friend of mine, Toby Ragg, who is a chiropractor. He has his own practice up there, so heading up there just to see if he can find anything. I'm having a lot of trouble with my sternum, just a few aches and pains, and just curious if any of my anxiety over the years or depression could be connected to my body. We know it is connected to the body, but if anything is out of sync in my body, i.e. if I've got trapped nerves, or I don't know, slipped disc, or there's something wrong, my lower back always gives me trouble. So let's go and find out, guys. Yeah, not getting on this train, but just remembered that what I think the reason why my sternum might be sore is because of the acid reflux. It can cause infection. You've got cartilage in the chest area, intercostal muscles, which I feel from the acid reflux may have been infected, or it might just be years of training and straining the muscles and doing some damage there. So I want to find that out, because that's one of the main reasons I can't exercise, and I think it might be one of the reasons why I have a breathing issue. So I want to find all these out. I didn't really explain that at the start, did I? But
the next train to arrive at platform 1 is the 12:08 London Overground.
That's not for me. Stretching area. How good is this? With my good friend Toby and chiropractor of Imperial Health. Hello Toby.
Hey, you alright?
Thank you for helping me out today, mate.
Pleasure,
really appreciate that. He's just had me on the torture rack. I'm going to do a little update later, guys, in regards to what's actually happened and what Toby discovered, and we'll go through the full report a little bit later. Toby, did you find anything interesting?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. There's some postural anomalies there that we could definitely help you out with, yeah.
And just for anyone suffering with acid reflux, you recommend them going to see a chiropractor?
Absolutely, from a mechanical point of view, that the squashing kind of rounded posture is definitely not going to help, is it? So if we can open that all out and work on all the muscles and soft tissue around that, often that's the pain generator. It's not always the actual acid reflux, so you know it can definitely help manage it for sure.
Toby, thank you so much, buddy.
No problem, no
See ya.
problem.
Okay guys, so that footage you've just seen is probably from about a month ago, and I've been meaning to do this follow-up part for some time now, but I just haven't got around to it because basically my health over the last 2 weeks did take a massive dive. I had a really good period, and I was watching England in the European Championships, and actually kind of slipped back into some of my old ways in terms of diet and things I shouldn't be doing, and it did take its toll on me. So today is the first day in a long time where I felt like I could do this kind of thing. It takes a lot out of me to do these videos. I suffer with a lot of brain fog, which means I can't really put my sentences together sometimes, or even conjure up a real articulate thought. So here I am today doing it. Anyway, so let's kind of recap. I went to see Toby, who's a chiropractor, a good friend of mine, and I went to see him because I knew my body had changed. I knew it wasn't working and functioning the way it used to. Poor posture can cause many problems mechanically and internally. And I knew something was happening to me. I knew that potentially my posture, or the way my body was formed, could potentially be adding to my symptoms, or be a main cause of many of my symptoms, my anxiety symptoms, my pain symptoms. And I wanted to find out if there was any truth behind that. Obviously there was some truth behind it, but I wanted to really get a professional look at my body and see where it is, which we did. So I went to see Toby, and we couldn't film what he actually did, but it was amazing. He click-clacked me and folded me in half and bent me up, and it was amazing. And I came out of there feeling really, really good. Also learnt some really interesting things as well, which we're going to go through in a second. I do recommend going to see a chiropractor, guys. You'll learn a ton, and you might be surprised that what your body and how it's aligned and how it's set up, and your posture, how it is actually physically affecting you, and how it can actually give you a lot of symptoms and a lot of illnesses just from the way your body is positioned and set up mechanically. Okay. So what did we find out? I wanted to go there as well. I was having, as I mentioned, I was having a lot of pain. My neck, my sternum, my shoulders, my hips. I could tell that potentially my body was adding to my discomfort. Okay, so we're going to look at a picture here, okay, in a second, of basically Toby took a picture. I don't really know how else to say it, and he kind of breaks down a little bit how my body is aligned. So let's have a little look at the picture. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the lateral view of my body. The green line is obviously the straight line where my body should be placed, and the red line, if you can notice, is where it comes off center. So if you notice there, my head, my hips, my knees all move off that green line. Straight away you can notice that. Okay, so here's the anterior view. You've got the green line once again, and you can see the slight movements there if you look very closely. So my head is off center, there's a slight dip in the right shoulder, and if you can see the hips don't lie, sorry, I had to say that, but you can see there's a slight dip in the hips as well. Okay, so let's have a little look at the full breakdown here. It's got my posture view from the front. Head is shifted 0.8 centimeters right. Head is not tilted. Shoulders are shifted 0.2 centimeters right. Shoulders are tilted 2 degrees to the right. Rib cage is not shifted significantly left or right. Hips are shifted 1.8 centimeters to the right. Hips are tilted 8.1 degrees left. So you've got your total shifts there and your total tilts. Okay, so you can tell there's something off there. Okay, let's get into the posture view from the side. This is where it gets really interesting. Your head weighs approximately 5.4 kg. It is shifted 2.6 centimeters forward. Okay, so based on those physics, your head now effectively weighs 10.8 kg instead of 5.4 kg. So I'm effectively, as it says at the bottom, my head weighs 10 kg. 5 kg more than it needs to. So I'm carrying around this heavy head all day. No wonder I've got neck issues and it's causing stress and anxiety and all these problems. Shoulders are shifted 4.8 centimeters backward. Hips are shifted 4 centimeters forward. Knees are shifted 2.3 centimeters forward. So there's some issues there. Let's go into what these issues could effectively cause and how my vertebrae and spine come into play here, okay? So essentially, what does that all mean for me? What does it mean that my head weighs 10 kg? What does it mean that my hips are off center and tilted, and my shoulders and my neck? And what does this all mean for me? Okay, so essentially what will happen here is we've got the spine, which, depending on where your head is shifted, or your shoulders or your hips, it will cause pressure on certain parts of your vertebrae. Okay, so in my case, what's going to be affected is, sorry if I, oh, okay. So essentially what's affected for me is the C6 vertebrae, okay? C6 vertebrae, which is it's responsible for neck, arms and elbows, neck muscles and shoulders, okay? So you can imagine what's going on there, okay? So when these vertebrae are, these vertebrae will affect you in more ways than you can actually even imagine, in terms of it can start giving you actual physical symptoms because the body isn't in line correctly. So in regards to my C6, which is up the top here, okay, so you can research this and look this up yourself. This is why you really should go to see a chiropractor. So C6 will cause me to have a stiff neck. Yes, I have that. Pain in the upper arms, I do get that from time to time. This will put your mind at ease. You get pain in your arms, you think heart attack, right? But then you've got things that can cause like a chronic cough or croup. So you know, I suffered with a real chronic cough for a while. Yes, there's reflux issues, but could it have something to do with my posture as well? Okay. So C6 is causing all of those issues for me. What else we got? What else? Okay, so because my C6 and T3 are under pressure, because my head essentially is not sitting back on my spine, these are the troubles I'm getting, okay? The vertebrae, the spine has all these sections going down. If the body isn't aligned correctly, it will affect certain parts of the body, and then also in turn give you symptoms. I didn't even really realize that, if I'm honest with you. So we know what the C6 is doing, okay? My head is offline. C6 is, these vertebrae are higher up, okay, my spine, because my head is forward, so it's affecting those parts of my vertebrae, therefore potentially giving me symptoms. So the T3, which is a little bit further down, which is responsible for the lungs, bronchial tubes, the chest. I've been getting breathing problems, the sternum problems I've been getting, the pain in my intercostal muscles. All of these things could be potentially because of my posture. Yes, there'll be reflux issues, of course there will be, but I'm potentially not doing myself any good because of these postural problems, okay? So my symptoms could potentially, from that my head moving forward, the T3 pressure on the T3, can cause bronchitis, pleurisy, pneumonia, congestion, all of these respiratory problems. I've had so many respiratory problems, and I know so many of you guys have spoke about breathing problems. So to summarize, guys, my posture could be potentially giving me more symptoms. Okay, I always went to the chiropractor with maybe a thought of maybe did I have a hiatal hernia. That was kind of ruled out once I went for my endoscopy. But there's some issues here because my body's not aligned correctly, which in turn could be causing me symptoms. If your posture isn't right and your body's off and you're not aligned correctly and your head weighs more than it bloody should do, you're going to get physical symptoms from this. The pressure I'm putting on my chest, the pressure I'm putting on my own body, my neck, the anxiety. There's a lot going on here that we're really underappreciating. So I do recommend going to see the chiropractor. It'll put your mind at ease as well. When you start to learn about how your body's set up and your posture and how it's affecting you, you start to it settles you down a little bit because you realise you're not going crazy and you're not dying every bloody second, you know. So that's where I am. So what am I doing about it? I'm stretching more. I'm putting my body in positions to correct my spinal positioning. A lot of arching of the back movements. Trying to fix my posture when I'm sitting, staying fit, staying healthy. Well, I'm trying my best at that, but there's these little things you can do. Go to a chiropractor, get checked out. It will put your mind at ease. You can start trying to correct a few of these things. Okay, guys, I think that's it. I think I've covered everything I wanted to for now. I'm going to try and get some more videos out, guys, because I've just been quite sick and I'm going to do an update on my health. I was doing well and then not so well. Today's a good day, actually. So, guys, support the channel, like, share, subscribe, comment down below some of the troubles you've been having. And yeah, this is Fitness, Sickness and Our Complex Lives. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you.